Welcome to the Los Lunas Gun Club Range Orientation and Safety video. As a member of the Los Lunas Gun Club, you will have access to our private shooting range, located west on Highway 6, about 10 miles from I-25. Guests are allowed only when escorted by a member. Guests should never be given the lock or gate combination. Display your member badge while at the range. All shooters and observers must wear eye and ear protection while the range is hot. Everyone shares the responsibility for range safety. It is the responsibility of the first member on site to take on the role of the range safety officer, until that duty is verbally passed to another member or a trained range safety officer arrives. Anyone can call ceasefire at any time. The call for ceasefire must be immediately abided by everyone at the affected range, and all firearms should be placed on the bench with muzzles facing downrange. Step away from the bench. Do not touch any firearms during a ceasefire or when the range is cold. The 3 rules of safe gun handling. Always keep a gun pointed in a safe direction. Always keep your finger off of the trigger until ready to shoot. Always keep the gun unloaded until ready to use. Alcohol is never allowed on range property. This is a zero tolerance rule. Alcohol and firearms should never be mixed. Gun club property is broken up into 4 ranges. The pistol range, 2 general use berms called gubs, a rifle range, and a shotgun range. Located between the pistol range and the gubs is a clearing area, a porta potty, a range house, and a connex. The rifle range also has its own connex. If you are a law enforcement officer or concealed carry permit holder who wants to shoot the gun currently being carried, use the clearing area to draw and unload your gun before taking it to the firing line. This avoids drawing a loaded gun at the firing line and complies with the pistol range rules. Inside the connex, members will find metal bases, a wooden target stand for pistol range and gubs. Members should bring their own targets and staple guns. Also located in the connex are steel match targets used only during special events. Plinking targets can be used in the general use berms, the pistol range, or the rifle range, as long as they do not interfere with other shooters and they are placed as closely to the berms as possible. Targets must be placed in front of the berm and never on top of the berm. Know your target and what is beyond. Targets should be at eye level from the position you are firing, whether that's sitting, standing, leaning, or prone. If the rounds are not hitting the berm, readjust the target height before continuing to shoot. Shooters will come into contact with 3 types of flags when they go to the Los Lunas Gun Club range. Red flags mean the range is hot. A black flag means the range or one of the ranges is closed for construction, repair, or maintenance. A second padlock and chain may be applied to the gate to keep shooters out and to keep workers safe. A red and black combination flag means a special event is underway. Some special events may alter the location of the firing line. Let's take a closer look at the pistol range. Under normal use, the pistol range is meant for handgun caliber rounds. Small rim-fired rounds, such as the .22 long rifle, are also allowed, even when fired from a rifle. With the exception of pre-approved special events, all shooting at this range is done from behind the firing line, and drawing from a holster is strictly prohibited. You must carry an unloaded firearm to the shooting line. Markers on the ground show 7, 15, 25, and 50 yards. The general use berms are less restrictive than the pistol range or rifle range. In the GUBS, members may set up situations for engaging multiple targets and drawing from a holster. Handguns, rifles, and shotguns may all be used in the GUBS. All targets must be placed in such a way that the impact points toward the back berm. Skeet shooting is not allowed in the GUBS. Like the pistol range, all shooting in the rifle range is done from behind a firing line. Each major distance marker has its own berm, the first at 100 and the furthest at 200 yards. In front of the 200-yard berm is a gong for everyone's use. Because of the time it takes to place targets at rifle distance, please be patient when waiting for other members tending to targets at some of the further distances. A truck path on the right, which is the east side of the rifle range, can help members access some of the more distant target areas more quickly. All members must be back behind the firing line before the range can go hot again. The shotgun range contains an automated trap thrower for pre-approved use and events. It also contains a mechanical trap thrower for general use. No shot larger than 7.5 may be used at the Los Lunas shotgun range. Only shotguns may be used at this range. The shotgun range has its own porta potty and covered area. No matter which range you've used, once done shooting, remember to pick up your brass and clean up after yourself. Non-reusable brass, such as that for the .22, may be left in place. All other cartridges should be either thrown away or placed in one of the recycling containers under the bench. Remember, it is your responsibility to speak up if you see any unsafe activity. A polite reminder in time may prevent an accident. If the individuals involved become agitated or offensive, leave the range and report them. Be aware of lead contamination. Do not smoke or eat while on the firing line. After shooting, handling ammunition or brass, thoroughly wash your hands. Remember, if you are ever unsure about one of the rules, reference one of the many signs around the Los Lunas Gun Club range, your orientation pamphlet, or call one of the board members for clarification. Remember, safety first. No video, pamphlet, or class can cover every possible scenario one may encounter. It is the duty of every Los Lunas Gun Club member to use common sense and good judgment.